All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our AREAA Global webinar. Thank you for joining us. For some of us Central or East Coast in the afternoon, I guess it's good afternoon. We're very excited to host our first webinar and share with you some of the benefits of our new marketing platform, the AREAA Global Exchange. So this is something we have built together with technology partners Proxio, who are also part of the AREAA National member benefits, and they have the Proxio Global Showcase where you can access development opportunities and members are able to post their own listings and market it through that way. With AREAA Global, we've created our own platform specifically focused on all of the AREAA Global strategic development partners and investments that we have curated and negotiated the best commissions for our members, either equal to or greater than what would be found on the open market. So we are very proud of this fact, and together with our partners Proxio, we do have a guest today, Tom Moles, who is the Enterprise Business Development Manager, who will be taking us through that exchange platform, how to get logged on, how to maximize the platform so we can all leverage this tool for our benefit to expand business and ultimately make more money. So just before I introduce Tom, I wanted to take everyone through a brief background and overview of AREAA Global, who we are, what we stand for, and really what the purpose is for those who may not be familiar of this arm of AREAA. So AREAA Global is the for-profit arm of AREAA. Tom, if you don't mind switching the slide for me. We are the for-profit arm, wholly owned by AREAA National. We are purposed to expand business opportunities for AREAA and its members. So founded in 2013 by Jim Park and Alan Chang, this arm of the organization was really purposed to build more business between our members who are already doing business transactions amongst each other and together. If there's a way for us to better structure it to allow for more opportunities, developers to connect to the members and members to connect to investment opportunities. So we were established to support our members and enhance their ability to better service development partners and clients. AREAA Global connects capital and opportunity. We do curate unique investment opportunities from AREAA members to push out to the greater network within AREAA. So all of the development projects that we're going to focus on today within our technology platform were brought to us by AREAA members. We do have a number of other partnerships as well that are unique and separate from the AREAA Global Exchange. So we won't be talking about that today, but in the future, we intend to do monthly webinars where we can showcase these other partnerships and share how members are able to get involved. The purpose of AREAA Global is really to help our members do well financially, first and foremost, while simultaneously doing good for AREAA's mission. 100% of the profits generated through AREAA Global go back to AREAA to further support AREAA's mission of promoting sustainable home ownership opportunities to the API communities. So we can always feel good about the deals being done through AREAA Global, knowing that 100% of profits do go back to the national organization. Our immediate goal is to own our very first AREAA headquarters and community center, and this will support the AAPI community. Of course, with the goal of expanding across the country. The first one we would love to have in San Diego to host our staff, San Diego, California, and then again expand that throughout the country. So together with all the deals, AREAA makes a small portion success fee for deals that are done, and that all goes towards this big audacious goal that we have. So we're going to do it together is really the goal here. And that brings us to our marketing platform that we have just built this past year. We have been live now for the past 3-4 months on soft launch. We feature 13 developments. But I won't talk any further on that, and I'll pass the show here over to Tom Moles, who's the expert in behind this platform and building it. And Tom, you can take it away.
Great, perfect. Thank you everyone for letting me come in today and speak about the AREAA Global Exchange platform. There is a lot of information to get through here. We'll try to do it in the next around 40 minutes and provide some time for some Q&A. But this is a very, very cool and unique platform, sales and marketing platform for you guys to kind of grow your network, grow your lines of revenue, and really change the way that you look at business from a global perspective. So some of the items that we're going to go ahead and review today is the global development content, the fact that you'll have your own public-facing website, the ability to brand yourself on those items, including a lead capture forum, the brochures, using a digital marketing sales tool, and be able to actually put your name, your photo, your contact information, etc. on there. One-click functionality to add these properties to your public-facing page, one-click functionality to push this content out via email, one-click functionality to get this out through social media channels, etc. Drag and drop functionality to change placement and order. Whatever you need to do in this system, what you'll learn is it's truly easy to use and to be able to actually complete each use case. But more importantly, you're going to learn about some of the additional benefits of using the platform, specifically the actual commission structures that are provided to you through the AREAA Exchange. With all that being said, you will also have a CRM tool here where you're going to be able to track your contacts, your leads, basically all the activity that you do within the platform, and see how it tracks back to you, and there's always going to be an environment for you to promote from. So how do I get to the Global Exchange? Well, that's a good question. So from the AREAGlobal.com platform here, you'll just jump over to the exchange, and you'll click one more time here to actually access the front-end public website for the AREAA Global Exchange. So this is the curated website for all the developments that are currently on the exchange, and this is always growing. So not only is this the place you're going to come to log into your account, but this is where you can check up, see if there's additional developments coming in, maybe if there's new information being populated. It can all be done from here prior to logging in. Of course, once you're logged in, you'll still be able to see all of this information, but it will now be manipulated and created for you, meaning it's curated with your information so that you can promote outward. But this is the page that you're going to live from or use in order to get into the back end of the system and to see the new developments that come on here. What you'll see right away, and one of the first items I highlighted as a benefit, is the high, rich development content that is available here for you. So you will see photography, videos, in some cases you may even see 3D videos, tours, of course additional availability in floor plans and structures. All of these items will be available to you and will be promoted through your public-facing website to your buyers. And in addition, if you want to send any specific item, you can do so by simply clicking the send button and pushing it through the system. Now right now, because we haven't logged in, everything is curated for the developer, which is great, and you always know who the developer sales manager is. But as you jump into the platform, you will notice the large change being this will all be manipulated and changed in order to promote you, the agent, first and foremost. So you can become what I call a global development agent or specialist. So the first item and action here that we need to complete is actually logging into an account. So for many of you, you may have already created an account and have gone through the onboarding process, but those who have not, we will go ahead and walk through that process right now. So signing up is fairly easy to do. You'll just click the sign up button on the top right of the Global Exchange platform, and you can enter in your email. For me, it's AREATest5@Yahoo. Now, this may be a little bit soup to nuts and a little slow, but it is important that we go through this entire process together and ensure that at no time you do not have a completed profile. What you'll learn when you're going through this process is that your profile shows up on everything. Whether they click on your website and click the info, whether they are looking at a brochure or whatever it is, your information bleeds through to those items. So the more you have in terms of your profile set up, the better you are going to look on each one of these developments. So that item right there is all you need to do to get into the platform. That's it, just a name, basic contact information, and you will find yourself on the onboarding process. The onboarding process is extremely beneficial. I suggest that you read through it carefully and learn everything there is about the platform using this structure here. But the most important item is that you can now have your own website to promote these developments. And you simply have to click to follow using the back-end tools to add those developments to your public-facing page and continue your marketing process. When you get to the third step on the onboarding page here, just note you cannot bypass this page without following a property. Now, following a property, again, means that you've selected to market that property or development. This means it will go onto your public-facing page, which we'll see in a second. But don't be afraid to follow every single development. Number one, this is going to go ahead and fill out your entire web page and provide all of these developments for you to be able to market. And in the event that you don't want to market any of these developments, it is not a problem to remove it. Like I said, the system is very easy to use. It is dynamic. So if you choose to unfollow a project, it will dynamically pull that development off of your web page so that it's curated correctly for whoever you are marketing to. But I went ahead and just followed every property. But just know, if you do not follow a property here, it will not allow you to advance forward. The profile setup. Again, very important, as I noted. Once you go through and complete the profile setup, just note that this information is what's going to be provided or branded onto all of the brochures, onto your lead capture form, in your sales kit. All of these items are extremely important to fill out and to actually ensure that it's completed. At the bottom of this page, you're going to find that there's additional information such as the ability to put in your own website. So if you have your own personal website, you want to tie the two together, that is not a problem. Go ahead and put in your own website. If you have a LinkedIn account or a Facebook account or anything along those lines, all of those items can be completed in the bottom, and we definitely suggest you do so. Another very important item in your profile and when you're setting this up is your public URL. So the URL that you cannot change, at least at this time, is the item here. But if your current website is, let's say, Cindy Sells Homes, you could change that information on the back end so that your URL ties to or shows that information. So for now, I'm just going to keep it as AREAA Test 5, and it will input whatever your email address is. But I certainly suggest you maybe put in your name or another type of identifier for your buyers to understand that this is your website. Of course, put in your telephone number, your company, all of this information you should certainly fill out. And anything that has an asterisk, you have to fill out before moving forward. But definitely go through this and really give it, your best shot to fill out everything you can. I will change this profile once we're through it so you can actually see what a completed profile looks like. But again, the idea here is to make sure it's as robust as possible and that agents understand, when buyers come on here, that they understand who you are and what you're promoting. So I'm just going to put in San Jose, California. And go through to the bottom. An additional item here is your languages. Definitely put in any languages you speak. If you speak Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, whatever it is, input that information. All of these items will go into your profile. And what you'll learn about Proxio and the Exchange network here is that all of these items will be translated as well. So if another person enters the platform from Mexico, China, wherever, they will then see your items in their native language and understand what you were able to provide them. Specialties here, again, all of these items will be translated as well. I certainly suggest that you go through and put in all of these items or a lot of the items that are associated with you. So one of the biggest items here would be international buyers. I would certainly click off that. High-rise condominiums, developments, resorts, oceanfront properties, new construction. Again, there is a lot of specialties here. Go through, click them off, and again, it will only make your profile look more robust and more appealing to buyers out there. Once done, just simply click and save, and you're on to the last step here for your onboarding process. So the last step here will be just sending yourself an email. This is a test email so that you can actually see how the developments present to your potential buyer. So if you're going to send an email out to a buyer and it's this specific development or multiple developments, how would it look? So don't worry, it's only being sent to your email. Go ahead and shoot that through. That will be sent to the email there. I will show you an example of that later in the demo. But that is it. You are now on the AREAA Global Exchange back-end profile. Okay, so this is where all of your information and all of the items that you do will reflect on your public-facing profile. So you'll have a lot of items here to go through. But before we start doing that, I would like to at least note a few of the housekeeping items. One of which is if you need any support or have any questions or concerns, you can always use our support line here. If you have feedback and you'd like to let us know, how the experience is, certainly use our Hotjar plugin and put in that feedback. You can even put in some free-form text and explain what you're experiencing. We want as much feedback as possible from you guys. And most importantly, and as I've been noting, on the Showcase network, which is hosting your global exchange, everything is translatable. So you have currency conversions, language conversions, etc. All of these items are here to help you have no borders, right? Agents and developments without borders. So if you're speaking to an agent in a different language, certainly change that language. If you need to put it in the yen or whatever other currency, you can certainly do that from here. And when your buyers come into the platform and come in through your specific web page, they will also have this global preference tool to translate the information into their local language or preferred language. So just some items to keep there. Remember, you can always click on our support channel and come directly to our success team if you have any issues. Always give us your feedback of your experience. We are always improving the platform and doing our best to make sure that you are having a good experience on this platform. And remember that there are global preferences in place to allow you to change the language, the currency, and complete whatever use case is necessary. So before I start going through the tabs here and the other information, let's actually look at your public-facing page. Now I'm going to jump off of this account that I just created and jump onto one that I've already created before, just for sake of consistency and allowing you to see what an active profile looks like. But here is where your actual public-facing web page is. So any of the developments that you selected to follow during that onboarding campaign will now be displayed here. So instead of the AREAA background, I actually put up a background of the skyline of San Francisco, but the information here is still very easy to navigate, and it's curated for you. So these are the developments I have chosen to follow, and they are all now on my public-facing page. Again, it's just simply clicking on this link here, and this link can be, most agents actually add this type of link or information into their signature line. It is now a promotable public link with all the developments that you have and have followed curated for you. So the big difference here is now when I click on the Avenue collection, unlike before where it had Gabby, it is now me. It is my face, it is my photo, it is my contact information, it is my lead form. So all of the information that you've inputted in here will also populate. So your profile, whether it's in a brochure or anything else, will all come back to this sphere or environment that's been built for you. So this is a very powerful thing because a lot of agents out there are looking for a way to capture leads and to ensure that that information comes in. When we get through a little bit more of this demo, I will show you the CRM and where those leads are going. But the most important part here is to recognize that now you are branded on these developments. You are a development specialist. You have access to all of this content, and now all of your buyers have access to all of this content. So the developer puts it in there, but now you're able to brand yourself on it and get this information in front of your buyers. High, rich media content, videos, floor plans, and brochures. In addition to the brochures, like I've been saying, now if I click a brochure or I'm a buyer and I'm on your web page and I click on this brochure, I'll just zoom up to make sure that we have this showing correctly. But all of this information is automatically created for you. But most importantly, as you go through this nice put together brochure, look who's at the bottom. It's you, the agent. The agent is now on the page, your information, whatever you put in here, the languages you speak, what you can advise on. All of this information is curated for you. So now you have access to these digital brochures that get curated for you with one-click functionality. So I just generated it there, and you can download it as a PDF if you prefer, or you could actually send it out using our marketing kit from here, send it out through our marketing kit or sales kit from the back-end space. But the point is that it's now branded for you, and this is your public-facing web page that you can now display these properties on and show that you're a global development specialist. So let's come back to our home page here so that you guys can, again, see how this format is. And let's look at the developments I'm currently managing. So one of the big questions is going to be, okay, I followed 2 or 3 developments in the onboarding process. How do I follow more? It's actually quite easy. You just come up to the top here, AREAA Global Exchange Home. If you click on that button there, it will actually bring you to what will look like as a mirror image of that public-facing page. However, the big difference here is that there is a follow or unfollow sign. So you can now actually remove developments if you prefer, or add some of the new developments to your public-facing page. And that was it. All I did was click once, and now all of the information associated with this development will now be on my public-facing page and be readily available for you from the back-end dashboard to be able to promote this outward. So that's how you add a development. You just simply click again on the AREAA Global Exchange Home and start to add or remove if you choose so. If you choose that you'd like to actually remove one of these developments, you simply click to unfollow it and it will go away. So that's it. That's all you have to do to actually add a property to your public-facing page. And I'll show you here that those developments are now curated on my public-facing page. Again, there they are. Now maybe I like these 2, or maybe I prefer them to be in the front, or maybe I don't like them at all, or I still want them to be on my page, but I prefer for them to be at the bottom. So how do I edit this information? How do I change the order? You just click on the Manage Development tab here, and you can now sort your subscriptions or edit your subscriptions. So sorting it, like I said before, it's as simple as dragging it and dropping it down. So now it's down here. I can grab this one as well. Oops, excuse me. And I can sort this one and pull this one down as well so that the other developments are higher up. Again, it's right now it may not be necessary because there's 13 or 14 on there, but as these developments come on and get curated on the Exchange network, it's going to be vital for you to sort these subscriptions and put the ones that you prefer to promote first and foremost. Another way to edit it, you simply click the edit button here and unfollow any one of these developments at any time. So
can you just explain to me, excuse me, can you just explain to me how do I get to that page again where it says news feed, manage development, etc.?
Sure. This page here, once you've logged in, this is your back-end dashboard. If you want to get to this page at any time, you just have to click the dashboard button here on the top of the page. Now, if you've moved into what is considered your public-facing page, all you have to do is click the home button here on the top. And when you click home, it'll bring you right back to your dashboard area. It actually brings you back to the AREAA Global Exchange Home area where you can follow and look at the properties again. And if you click dashboard, then you're in the back end area for you to be able to manipulate and manage your developments.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. So that's how you can add properties. That's how you can change the order of your properties. And that's how you can delete properties if you choose to remove a development from your page. Now let's talk about the CRM and the marketing sales kit tool. So this is really where the meat of this platform exists. This is how a sales and marketing platform allows you to distribute this information in ways you probably haven't had before. All of this is going to be done between your sales kit, your leads, and your contacts. So I'm going to start in the contact section because I think it's really valuable, specifically for agents that may have a CRM that they don't like, or maybe are looking for alternatives out there. This platform provides kind of a CRM light, as I call it. It is specifically around what you do on this platform. But one of the great parts about it, and as we go through it, is that all of your marketing, marketing functions can all be done from this centralized hub, and it's going to record everything you're doing. So instead of siloing your actions and going just to Facebook and then just to LinkedIn and then pushing these things out and not knowing or recording what's happening, it can all be done from this one space. And again, it's going to record what you have done. First and foremost, the most important thing I can tell any new member to the AREAA Global Exchange is that you can import your contacts in. So if you have a CSV or XLS file and you're looking to add this information into the platform, you can simply just upload that file here and it will push through. Contacts that come in will obviously populate in this place here, but in addition to this, it will also go in through any type of marketing forum that you're using. So let's say you are pushing out an email, or you are sending to all of your contacts, or maybe you are, pushing out a different type of sales kit. All of the information that you've uploaded into your contacts can then just be selected from a drop-down menu instead of typed in for each one of those marketing sends. So I highly suggest that anybody that comes into the platform comes into the contact section and imports all of your leads so that you have a managing queue. This is also important because it's going to track what you have done, okay? So now you're actually looking at a few different scenarios here where I have marketed outward. But what have I marketed to moles.thomas2@gmail? Well, I can actually click on this button and get information on what I've sent and when I've sent it. So on the 21st, I sent the Avenue collection. So earlier today, I sent the Avenue collection via sales kit, via email, directly to myself, right, moles.thomas2. On the 20th, I sent the sales split for Colombo City Hotel. All of this information is recorded here. In addition, I can come to a new contact of mine, Tim Test, and I can look through the properties that I've shared and when I shared. So yesterday, I shared the River Point digital brochure. I also did the same for Colombo, and there's the Muse where I actually sent the full sales kit. The point here is that you actually get to track everything that has been done. The system is always tracking. What you'll learn too with the leads and any type of lead input or request for more information, the system is going to always try to keep people in contact, meaning it will record it for you, but it will also tell the developer or the sales contact at the developer that you have registered a lead and for them to reach out to you. So it is always promoting, it is always recording what is being done on the system. That is the power of the exchange here that you have. That we are going to keep everything within the sphere and allow you to really track what you've done and allow developers to see if you're actually building momentum and potential buyers on that home so that they reach out to you. So this is the contact section. Like I said originally, definitely import all of your contacts. It'll make it easier to complete a lot of your marketing efforts, and it's the first step to really using this CRM. So let's actually look at what those marketing kits or those marketing options that are available to you now. So in the sales kit, it will display all of the developments that you have selected to follow, just like they're displaying on your front-end website that you now have. On the back end, you have all of these items in your sales kit for you to start promoting. You can promote in a variety of different ways, one of which is directly from the sales kit. Another way is actually from the development itself, where you can push this out and push it through email, etc. But I prefer the sales kit just because it's a little bit easier to use and allows you to send out multiple developments if you so choose. So let's say you have 50 buyers and you want to send out all of these developments. Well, go ahead, select away, select all the developments, and push them out to any person or multiple people that you would like. You can send that property right from here. As I noted with the contacts, individuals that I put in here, I can actually click and add in, or I can click to send to all my contacts, right? So kind of a mass emailing campaign. Now, when the individual receives this email, they can click on one or multiple areas here, and it will bring them to your public-facing web page and the specific development that they followed, which will again be branded for you. So if I click on the Avenue collection inside this email, it will come to your Avenue collection branded environment on your web page. So that's the power of using this sales kit and just promoting directly from it. Again, you can select all these properties. You can manipulate while you're in the send function, and be able to even add yourself as an email contact here, so that you can record this in your Outlook or your Gmail or whatever your whatever system you prefer to track this information. You can add yourself as well. Let's say you don't want to send an email. Maybe that's inefficient. So right now you just want to send one of these developments. Well, select a development, and you can send it again via email, as we just saw. You can send a specific brochure for this development. So we'll add the brochure when you send this out. And again, that brochure will be branded for you. Or you can go down and actually start pushing this out via social media. So right here, you can click the social media icon, and it will drop down for Facebook, Twitter, Google, Pinterest, LinkedIn, WeChat. And how do I actually push it onto Facebook? Well, like I said, everything is a one-click functionality. You click once. Sorry, I populated on my other screen here, but there it is. It's right onto Facebook. Even more importantly, maybe you don't want to send this out as a mass item on your timeline. Well, you can jump down, go to a group of, you share to a specific group. Obviously, a lot of real estate agents out there have, groups that they're associated with, and now you can share that directly to that specific group on Facebook. So it allows you to drill down in the social media networks. And again, it's all done from this platform. So you're not pulling this information out. You are not going to Xerox and putting your face on these, these items and then putting it onto a social media network. It's just a one-click functionality directly from your sales kit to push this information locally, globally, via email, via social media, however you want to get the information out there. It is now done right from this sphere and is going to be branded for you. So one of the questions that came through, and I want to make sure I address this, is that who has access to the contacts list? This is really important to know. When you log into your account, it is your account alone. Nobody has access to this information. So if you have some, contacts that you don't want any type of solicitation to, that you don't want any chance that somebody can go in there and grab that information, do not worry. This entire space is your space alone, not the developers, not AREAA. Nobody's account can jump into here and grab your contacts. This is your information. These are your contacts. These are also your leads. When we get to the leads tab here, all of this information is yours, okay? The only item about the leads that you should know is that when you do create a lead, meaning an individual comes to your website or goes through one of your marketing campaigns and inputs their information, the only thing the developer will receive, and the only thing AREAA will receive, is a note saying that you, agent, have created or registered a lead on a development. That is it. They will not get the lead's contact information, phone number, email, anything like that. Same holds true for your contacts. These are your contacts. When you import this information, it is in your area, your space, and it is nobody else's. So let's talk about those leads. So I did very quickly just run over that, but it is important to note that you now have your leads queue. So maybe your first thought was, when we were going through the public-facing page, great, there's my face, great, there's my contact form, now what? So if a potential buyer or a buyer requests for more information, all of that information gets put into your back-end dashboard in your leads queue. You can now see who you have registered or who has registered themselves into the platform, and you can actually understand what they're interested in. So in the case of Sarah here, located in San Francisco, California, she has gone ahead and registered herself to me, and this is me, the agent, through the registration tab, and she's interested, excuse me, in the Encore Resort. So now I have this information here. I have her phone number. I have her email. I can reach out to her now. The developer will receive a very, very specific item saying that Tom Moles, the agent, has now registered a lead for Encore and to please reach out to facilitate a deal. Like I said about this system, it is always recording what you are doing. So it will record the actions you take, and it will record the leads that come through. It will give you the necessary information to protect this information, but it will not give that lead information to the developer, okay? It is only about promoting business. It will protect you and provide you the opportunity to close that deal. So the leads queue can be manipulated or changed here so that it is by each development or by the status, meaning pending, or maybe they've been approved by yourself, or maybe they've entered into a new status. Either case, you can change that here as well. Very important to note, maybe you have a different CRM that you prefer and you don't want to use the Exchange platform to keep all of these items in there. Don't worry, you can simply click the export button here, export it out via XLS or CSV or any format here, and import it into your Salesforce or Contactually or whatever other CRM you use out there. I would be very, very surprised if you use a CRM that would not accept these formats. So if you choose to, you can simply export these leads out, and you can manage this through whatever CRM you have currently. So I have an additional question here. Can we include our name in the URL to our website? Name in the URL to our website. So I believe what that question is for this web page here, can I include the name, my name? So in the profile section, as we had mentioned, you can manipulate the back end of this profile. So this can, instead of saying AREAA Test, it can say Thomas Moles or Tom Moles, or it can put in Cindy Sells Homes because you have the URL Cindy Sells Homes and you want that to correlate with your email. In addition to that, you can add in your web page to your profile. So let's go to this information here. Again, my public-facing page, the curation of all the developments I have followed, and where I'm sending my buyers and adding this URL to my signature line so that I can get maximum exposure. But one of the items that's important to note here is that the About Me has all of my information on here. If I added in originally my Facebook information, my Twitter information, my LinkedIn information, my own public web page, all of that information is included here. So it ties it together. So at any time, if a potential buyer is on this web page and they come to the About Me, which you can actually change the order of as well and put this first and foremost, it will tie in your own personal website. So to answer that question, you can change your current URL to have your name associated with it, or tie it to whatever name or domain you have outside of this. And if you have your own personal website and you want to tie the two together, you can add in your website here. No problem at all. And that's just done in the profile section. So those were two questions before the QA, but I certainly wanted to get to them and make sure that the agents here understand that you can use this platform and really tie it into what you're currently doing so that it all works together. Anyways, that's your lead form. Certainly use this for, of course, following up on your leads. And if you choose that you want to use a different system, feel free to export the leads out. But just remember, these leads are yours. They are not anybody else's. When they come through your URL, they will go directly into your leads queue. In addition to that, you will actually get a notification up here whenever you complete a lead comes through, or there's any notification. You have your notifications queue here. You will get the icon saying something has occurred, so you can always check in and find out what's going on. Another really important item here to note is that there is a news feed. Now, the news feed has not been used yet. This is still a new platform. But I imagine as you get to use this platform and as the developers add on, this is going to be a very important item for you guys to look into. The news feed is where you get updates on what's happening with these developments. So if there's a special in the month of September coming up, and the developer that you are following puts out that information. Again, there's the Lennar Avenue collection. So if they choose to make a special, or they choose to reduce a payment, or they reduce a price point, or whatever it is, and they decide to put it on your newsfeed, or put it on their news feed, excuse me, it will come to your news feed as information for you. Again, you will get a notification that something has occurred on your news feed, and you can come over here and track what has happened. So not only are the developers going to be able to be involved in the process of understanding if you're registering a lead and really helping agents and developers get in contact and complete deals, but if they have a relevant update and you want to be, of course, a developer insider, this is where you will receive that information. So certainly keep this on your radar. Of course, there's nothing on it right now, but as soon as the developers make an announcement or add something to the newsfeed, it will come through here, and it allows you to, again, find another source of information and be ahead of the game, be an insider, so to speak, on what's happening with these developments worldwide. So AREAA is doing a tremendous job adding developments to here, like I said, every day, and you have developments from Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Mexico, Florida, New Jersey, etc., and it's growing every day. So if you want to be a developer insider, this is where you want to go. If you want to take your marketing and sales efforts to the next level, this is what you are going to use. It is a very easy system. Like I said, once you're done with the onboarding process, you really have your information set in one place. So to kind of recap the items that you now have access to as a member benefit, part of the AREAA network, you now have access to this high definition content, okay, developer content with photography, videos, 3D videos, tours, availability, floor plans. You now have your own web page to display these developments on. All you have to do is click the follow button and those developments will populate on that page. Everything is branded for you, okay? Your photo, your name, your contact information, everything. It will go on the lead capture form. It goes onto the brochures. It will go on to even the availability and floor plans if you send those out. It is branded for you. You can use the sales kit to send out multiple sends, do mass emails. You can use the contacts and the CRM tool to really track your leads, track your activity. You can push that stuff out to another CRM or use the CRM that's already on the system. And everything is very easy to use. As you've seen, it's a one-click functionality. Click once to follow. Click once to push out via email. Click once to push out via social media or other channels. If you want to change your placement or change the order of how your developments are showing, you just click and drag and drop. It's as easy as that. But almost the most important thing here is that you, the AREAA agent, now have another line of revenue to explore with. And as an AREAA Exchange platform member, you get access to special benefits, special commission structures. I can tell you right now, the AREAA Avenue Collection provides an additional quarter point to anybody that closes a deal. So if you've registered that lead using the system, you're registering that information in here and using the system properly, you're going to get paid more on the close of that deal. Special commission structures and deals are available through the Exchange platform. So certainly use it. And of course, that circles back to the goals and initiatives for AREAA here, trying to achieve what they need to achieve as well. It's a benefit, it's a win-win for everyone. So come in here, use the platform, use it effectively, really start pushing this stuff out, make sure your profile is completed, and see the benefits that AREAA is now providing to you and the additional avenues of commission that are available to you as well. So that's it for me in terms of going through the platform. I hope you guys found this enlightening and beneficial. I certainly want to open this up, maybe push it back to Michelle to start the Q&A process. I'm sure you have a lot of questions and we're here to help you through it.
Thank you very much, Tom. A lot of information shared today. We will have this presentation recording available and for everyone's reference sent out after the meeting. I do have a number of questions coming in, so we're going to go to the Q&A. But just to recap on a couple of these quick ones, as we learned, this is a very powerful platform, completely free for AREAA members and a tremendous value add. AREAA membership is only $99 per year per annum, and it allows you full and complete access to the exchange. I think one of the biggest takeaways here is how members can truly leverage the power of the association to build on existing business, create that secondary income stream, or jumpstart a career for a new agent with access to these listings. But also leverage the work that Global has already done in establishing these business partnerships and relationships around the globe with the development partners that we've brought on. Knowing that you're getting the best deal, I can't reiterate this enough, as Tom just highlighted, we really take great pride and satisfaction knowing that we're able to create true diversification and negotiate competitive commissions for our members who are looking to expand business while simultaneously doing good for our community to bring members the very best investment and referral opportunity. So Tom, we do have a number of questions here. I'm sending them to you on the chat so I can read some of those out loud here. Let's see. So someone is having an issue with the dashboard. I know that we've had this in the past where someone already has a Proxio account.
Yes.
If you're able to address that, if the header looks different to the one that you're presenting here, that's just the exchange. How can a member access the Global Exchange versus the Proxio Showcase?
So there are two options here. Now, typically what's available to you, if you go through and you actually access the platform from the Exchange network, as you log in, it will give you an option for viewing. You can view from the Showcase network, which again, what the AREAA Global Exchange is powered on the Showcase network. But you can view it from that area, which is the public domain for agents to come in and be able to access other properties, or you can select the AREAA curated version. So if you get that presentation, or if it shows you two different options there, select the AREAA one if you want to have this type of view. Again, if you select the AREAA one, you will have the AREAA Global Exchange home. It will be curated for AREAA, etc. If for any reason that option does not pop up, try to register using a different email. Try going through the exchange using maybe a different email and build a different. It can be all the same information, but if you use a different unique email to build the profiles on the AREAA Global Exchange, that should work. So try those two options first and see which one works for you. And if you're still having issues, definitely follow up with me directly.
Okay, I have tried that and I will follow up with you afterwards. If you can just send me your contact details, because it automatically defaults to Proxio Showcase. I've gone in and I created this account yesterday. I've gone in through the AREAA bit.
Okay. And did you try by any chance just if you have a secondary email, have you tried using that to log into the AREAA account?
No, I will try and do so afterwards.
Okay, perfect. And again, you will have access to those. You can use your Showcase account to grab these, but you're right, it is a different view. So if you really want this specific view and you're already a part of the Showcase network, try using a different email and just copying over your profile information. And that should certainly work because it's the email that has the unique identifying code. So if you move away from that and try just a different email, but if that does not work, then certainly reach out to me. I will follow up with my information here.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Tom, I've just sent a couple more. I have a question. How can I change my email login?
Sure. So your information about your account can all be changed right here. So it says, hi, Thomas Moles. This is where you can start editing your profile again. Maybe you want to add in additional information, or maybe you actually want to change your account information. Well, you can do that here. So if you want to change your password, you can change that. If you want to change your actual account information, meaning your email, that is something we can do for you. So using the support channel, or again, following up directly with me, I can change the email. The only reason that's not provided is, again, it's a unique identifying code. So we want to change that on your behalf in the event that's going to be manipulated. So that's just another item where you'll have to follow up with me directly.
All right. And I do have a question from a member. What is the commission structure? So the commission structure does vary per development. you can certainly reach out to AREAA Global directly, or there'll be a sponsoring member for each of these developers that is able to help with the deal and really bring your investor in. So another question that comes along related to that one, sorry. Let's see, if we get a lead on a property, say Bali, how can we get help converting them about a property we know nothing about? So this is how we're really able to leverage the expertise of our individual AREAA members. So the Bali project was brought in by 2 members out of Greater Los Angeles, Young An and Peter Park. So these 2 are the experts on that project and can certainly act as a liaison between yourself and the developer to help with any details and numbers and to kind of further that deal for you. That's the purpose of this platform. All of the developments are brought in by AREAA members. So I'll touch on that just after we finish a couple more of these technical questions around how members can bring in developers. Tom, one question on Manage Listings tab, is it synced automatically from MLS to show your current listings as well?
The Manage Listings tab is not associated with your MLS. If you would like to add a potential listing to your Proxio Showcase or AREAA Global Exchange profile, you certainly can, and it will display on your front-end public webpage as well. However, that is done manually. Or if you're familiar with some of the other Proxio products, and I'm not sure how deep I should jump in onto this, but there are options through Proxio Connect, which is provided through an MLS, where your listing will be there, and you can upgrade or showcase your listing that is on the Connect network, and then it will auto-populate into your Manage Listings section here. So I'm not sure I want to dive too much into that information. Maybe in a follow-up webinar, we can actually discuss some of the additional options or how to marry your current properties and put them into this platform. But just note that if your MLS does have an agreement with Proxio, more than likely you can jump into Showcase, onto Proxio Connect and upgrade your listing into this AREAA Global Exchange platform if you so wish.
Tom, are there charges for adding their own listings on that platform? Just a quick question.
So some MLSs have given higher designations to their agents, allowing them to have free upgrades to showcase their listings. And again, if your listing is showcased, you now have the ability to add in this high rich media content like you saw in the developments, 3D videos, etc. But some MLSs do not. They give you a standard account and you have to upgrade it, and it's simply a one-click if it's fed through to Connect Network, but it is a cost of $129 for each home that you choose to upgrade onto the network. If you choose to do that, you get a plethora of additional benefits, including everything you've seen here, but also agents being able to follow it and put it on their public-facing page if you so choose, recording analytics on it. So it is a really great benefit to anybody that's using the platform, but we can maybe save that information for another time or another webinar.
Thank you, Tom. And just before we wrap up, I did want to highlight how a developer comes onto the platform. We did have a couple questions from members around how the developer gets involved. If you're able to bring that slide up for me, that'd be great.
So just before we keep going here, I actually did get some direct emails as well, or questions as well. Okay. Some agents were requesting, do I get an email notification if there's a lead interested in a certain project? The answer to that is yes. So when a lead comes through and is registered on the platform, you can absolutely have that just using the profile settings to notify you via email as well. It's just a one-click button, so it's quite easy. I've created my profile, but I can't see the branding. Okay, so the one item here would be just remember to click on the URL. So when you're in the dashboard, remember that there's that white URL right between where the managed developments is and the other items. But if you click on that, you should be going into your public-facing page, which then allows you to see your actual branding on these developments. So remember, there's a back-end dashboard, which won't have any of your branding on it because it's just a curation of the developments. But as soon as you go to that URL, the one that's branded for you, and it's your URL, it will have your information, your photo, your contact information, all associated with those developments.
We do ask members that have relationships with developers to introduce them to AREAA Global. Ultimately, this becomes your listing. We allow you access to the entire AREAA network where you can then expand your business through that. We would ask that you set up an initial sales meeting. We do have a prospectus that details levels of marketing support we do offer developers. So all the developers on the platform are coming in at one of 3 levels. We have a gold at $5,000 per annum, platinum at $10,000, and a jade partnership level at $25,000 per annum. This really allows the developers broad awareness and exposure campaigns through AREAA Global, direct outreach to investors at various events, and it really opens the door for the developers to touch base with those brokers or agents interested in that project and really work together with the listing agent, whichever AREAA member brings us that development, can then work the entire AREAA network with AREAA Global on their team in marketing it, right? So we do ask that you help us bring on more developers. This becomes your listing. It's a way for you to build on business. We definitely offer support in bringing those relationships on board. We have AREAA information. We use the State of Asia report. We're open to phone calls or meetings with these developers. So our executive board consists of 12 members all around the country that are available for you. Carmen Chong, our CEO, is on the call now. Jim Park, Alan Chang, Don Pingaro out of Miami. So our executive board is more than willing to help those members who want to bring on developers. We just reiterate that golden rule that the AREAA member must get the same or better compensation than what is on the open market. So each of the developers will have different commission structures, but the one rule is that the commission is best for the AREAA member as opposed for the AREAA member going direct. So just a quick touch on that. Lastly, we do have a promotion going on. So for all of those members that are able to sign on to the exchange in the next month, we have free tickets to the AREAA National Convention coming up in Las Vegas on October 18th to 20th. So everyone will be eligible to win that is registered and actively using the exchange. Tom, were there any other last questions just for those few folks who stayed on and want to learn more here that you'd like to address?
You know, it sounds like there's some additional questions about, you know, the developer role and maybe learning a little bit more on that side. Maybe we can do a follow-up webinar for that because it's a whole different sphere. But other than that, I think we've answered the majority of the questions here.
Great, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining the webinar. Thank you, Jazz, for setting it up, and Vanessa for all of your marketing support, and certainly Tom for your expertise and sharing the ins and outs of this platform and how AREAA members can really use this to build business and also leverage the relationships with the developers and AREAA. So thank you again, everyone, and we'll have the recording available and sent out.
Can be answered? Can my question?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I asked a question like through the chat, but I guess no one saw that. I wanted to know, as a member of AREAA, how can I use this Proxio, this features, Global Exchange, as a loan officer?
As a loan officer, so right now the platform is really available for agents. We would say you can introduce it to any realtors and add value to the realtor, and of course, because you show that value, hopefully they gain the new listings and get the loan from whichever project might come in through that. And it's also great for membership campaigns for new members to use the platform, but right now the platform is really focused on agents.
Okay. Is there a plan to extend it to related type of professions?
Certainly, we do have some loan officers that work with realtors. So if it's your client network or your investor relationship, then I think the realtor that you have a relationship would be willing to help and work with you to help bring that in. And maybe potentially share some of the referral commission. So there are, of course, creative ways that we're able to still offer, these opportunities for those individuals that may not have a license but still work with high net worth clients and can pass the referral opportunities on. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good. So in some, I do have a note from Carmen here too. In some states, the loan officers may have a real estate license because it's required, but you don't use it. So that would certainly allow you to use the platform even though you're a loan officer or even a loan officers. If there are no other questions, I think we will certainly take more. Please feel free to reach out to any of us directly over email, and we are here and available to help you.
Sorry, Michelle, referring to what you mentioned, having a license, not using it as a real estate agent, can I do it in one state or does it have to be in multiple states?
I'll have to check back on that one because they are referral commissions and the projects are based all around the world. It wouldn't be specific to which state, but the sponsoring member, just to note, the sponsoring member bringing in the developer is licensed in whichever area that development is coming in from. So they're the ones that have the license in that space and how we're able to offer the referral commission.
Right. Okay. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So it really connects the AREAA member with other AREAA members in different markets who have expertise in that specific marketplace. If it's Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, or if it's Miami, Orlando, Florida, we do have members in all of these areas that represent the developers on the exchange platform. So we really encourage the collaboration, and our members typically do get in touch directly, and then we do a lot of due diligence tours and actually market and site visits. We find that's what helps sell the development. So we can all view them on the platform. Certainly it's a great starter, but then to go see it, touch it, feel it for yourself is really kind of the next step in how a lot of the deals are then closed.
Yes. Okay, great.
And a quick note on the technical issues. If you don't mind just reaching out to Michelle, and Michelle can forward along any of those scenarios, and I'd be happy to help you out directly.
Definitely, definitely. Okay.
Hi, just one last thing. This is Carmen, and thank you, Michelle. You have done a great job. Thank you, Tom, for helping us and supporting us to make the exchange platform possible. Just wanted to say that this platform was created for all the AREAA members, and we do understand that most of you or some of you are loan officers or affiliates. And we're going to be able to take this and then probably talk it over with the executives to see what is it that we can do, and be able to also benefit to those of you who are not a licensed agent. But mind you, these are listings for realtors to expand their network, to be a realtor without borders. So for our affiliates, for now, I must say that this will be a great tool for you to actually add another realtor to your network because you gave them an additional benefit and value to them by you helping them getting some new listings instantly at no cost. Well, they become a member, of course, for $99, but what is $99 you gain all your listings, right? So, but definitely we'll take into account, like Michelle said, to see what else we can do, because we do want to benefit all our members, not just a certain sector. And thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Do please share this information to other AREAA members or to potential new AREAA members, because this is for now only exclusive for AREAA members, and it is at no cost. But the platform that we're offering, Tom and Michelle, right? All of us know that it costs a lot of money for us to offer this platform to you. So at this time, it's no cost. So please share this information to your, for those chapter leaders that are here, to your members and to those potential members out there. And Michelle, you're going to be able to send this webinar, and we're here to support you. And if you need any information or even do presentations at your local chapter events, email blasts, whatever you need, we're here to help you. Back to you, Michelle. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying Hawaii here. Just you guys know, doing my walk. It's beautiful.
Oh, very nice. Thanks, Carmen.
Anyway, thank you.
All right, we're at 11:10 here, so thank you everyone again for joining the call. Please direct all further questions to our email. We'll be happy to address those directly. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone.